to call out, not necessarily call names, but to call out that there is a team within a team. That's a significant statement that I think Tamar should address as well. I think the coach should address,
True.
and the senior players should address, because if it's not addressed, then it means that this will carry over to the 50 overs and carry over to the 4 days, and you never know what could happen.
It could affect the team, certainly.
Absolutely.
And if Marlon Samuels comes back in the mix, it will create some amount of uneasiness among the players and so on. So I don't know how will they address this going forward.
It's similar to what the Englishman, what's his name, that was kicked out.
Kevin Peterson,
talking against his captain, said something against his captain, and he was left out of England for a while. Back in now, but it was a little nasty for a while.
Nikita?
Yes, I'm here.
All right, so we're now joined officially by Nikita Miller, the Jamaican spinner. A disappointment on many fronts, but we're going to start with that interview given by Marlon Samuels. He spoke about teams within the Jamaican team, and of course he singled out look at the people wearing the hairstyle, and you are one of those targeted, Nikita Miller. Firstly, let me ask you, what's the relationship like between you and Marlon Samuels?
That's simple. We're not friends.
So in teams you can have individuals who are not necessarily friends, but when you come together, you play well. Is that the case?
Yeah, definitely.
What has happened over the years why you are saying, you come straight out and say you and Marlon you're not friends?
I guess we just don't see eye to eye. You know what I mean? We have two different words. I'm a strong character. You know what I mean? Just the way I am. I see it. I say it. I'm very talkative when I'm in the Jamaican setup. You know what I mean? I'm a senior positive now. Mm-hmm. But whenever I go across the rope, I'm representing Jamaica. So anything that I have with any player, I leave it off the field. I think I've even said that to him in team meetings before. Look, we're not friends. We don't have to be friends. But when we cross the line, we do what we need to do for Jamaica. And after that, you can go about your business. You don't need to talk.
What is there, when you say teams within the team, is it specifically talking to you, or is that do you have friends who stick with you and then friends who stick with Marlon, so therefore they are cliques?
The thing is, he's always somebody that will have a problem with me, because I don't run behind him, right? So whoever will speak to me, he will probably have a problem with. Mm-hmm. I don't understand how could we have a team within a team when, if you check 4-day cricket, we have won it 5 years in a row.
Right.
We have won the 1 day, the 50 over title, how many times? 2 times since 2007. Before 2007, we didn't win it, I think, only in 1999. Mm-hmm. He didn't play 2007. He didn't play the year one. That was 2000 when Chris captained the team, I think. Mm-hmm. In Guyana, last time we won there, we're defending champions. He wasn't there as well. Right? Now, I want somebody to tell me at what point, how many T20 titles we have won in Jamaica.
Like about 0.
Right? We played in Stanford 2020 with all the big names.
Yes.
And say there wasn't a team within a team that time. Did we win? No. We played two Stanford tournaments, right?
Yes.
And after that, we played some Caribbean T20 tournaments. Did we win? No. This is probably the only one he hasn't played in. So I don't understand now that we have lost, right, this time, the team within the team. Why didn't he say that last year?
Yeah.
Why didn't he say that the year before? Oh, now that we haven't been there, there's a team within the team.
Well, Nikita, let me ask you, because I'm hearing that it all started when you actually went and represent the West Indies team, when a lot of the senior players went on strike, that players were told not to, go. Would I be right in saying that?
I figure I figure it's coming from there. You know what I mean? That situation was when 2009.
Yes.
Chris was the captain. I mean, Chris wasn't happy about the situation, but I spoke to him before I left Jamaica. When the selectors called me, I was at home. First of all, I didn't know what was happening over where I think the team left for St. Vincent or one of those places to play the test match, and then they had some issues, and they decided that they was going to follow strike. Now I got a call from the selectors saying, "Look, we have a situation. Are you willing?" Now the first call I got was from them, not from Ramnarai, which was what you call it, WEPA president or Chris or anybody. I got the call first from a selector. No, I don't know what's happening. What can I tell the selectors? No.
Okay, true. Fair enough.
So you had given the selectors your commitment first time out, eh?
Yes, they said to me that, look, just like they used to do, there's a West Indies team, we're giving you a chance to play for the West Indies. Do you accept? I said, yes. No, I don't know what's happening. No, when I heard that there's some strike thing, I told my at the time was Andrew Richards. I told him that I pinged him and told him that, look, I hear that, they called me and said that thing, I should come. I tell him that. He said it to Chris. Chris called me, and Chris was saying, look, I don't think it's a good idea, whatever. And I give him my reasons why I think that I should go.
Right.
And the reason about it. And he wasn't happy, but he accepted. He said, listen, do what you have to do. You're a big man. I said, yes. Spoke to Jerome, who was there as well. Told him the same thing. I spoke to about 3 persons before I left Jamaica. So it was a case where I just got up. I went behind their box and thing. I told them before. Because I was man enough, so I tell them that, listen. And at this time, Marlon was on his band.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So you had no contact with Marlon at that time?
It wasn't need. I didn't need to contact him because he wasn't involved in it. Mm-hmm. Right? So I went away, I came back, I went to ATI, went there and I said hello because I think I was still friends with him. We were still cool.
That's Marlon, right?
Yeah, didn't answer me. I left that party and I went to the next one. I heard a person said to me that he did an interview and it was deal. He was saying that I was Judas, and I said, okay, that's why I didn't answer me. And that's where I think it started from. Mm-hmm. Right? So we had a few clashes at training and so on, which is normal. I leave a creep, but as I say, when I go across the line, I leave everything there. So I feel that's probably where everything is coming from. I mean, he went to the campaign himself and his mentor, which is not Melbourne, because we don't speak as well. So both of them, they went on a thing to degrade myself and my character and so on. I didn't respond to it up until this is the first time I'm even speaking about it. Understand? So that's where it's coming from. So everything, you know what I mean, whatever they do is geared around, you know what I mean, degrading me and destroying my character and so on. So I didn't really pay that. I can't even understand what he's saying that I'm fighting against his cousin.
Who is his
Carlton
cousin?
Baugh?
Carlton Baugh,
Wow.
Yes, I understand that you two are not on speaking terms either. Well, don't move, Nikita Miller. We're gonna do some business. Take a short break. We're gonna be right back with you on Sports Grill on Hits 92 FM. We're talking with Nikita Miller, the Jamaican spinner. Back in a moment. And welcome back to the Sports Grill once again. It's riveting stuff here. Nikita Miller, the Jamaican and West Indies spinner, just talking about the sour relationship between himself, or if there's one, between himself and Marlon Samuels. You mentioned just before the break, Carlton Baugh, or rather Nikita Miller, that this thing has spilled over where it's a case where you and Carlton Baugh are not on speaking terms either.
Well, I can tell you this. It was said that I myself and Larry Crichton is fighting against I'm Carlton, Baugh. No, I can't understand that. Right? I can't. I laugh when I hear that. No, you have an individual who is playing for Melbourne who thinks he's bigger than the game or bigger than the club. Right? Now, we have a 2020 game. We play a 2020 competition playing last year. Turn up for a game against Kingston down by Kensington. We made it to the semi-finals game down by Ultimate. You don't turn up. You don't say anything technical. The club took a decision. At the time, Yannick was the captain.
Yannick Elliott?
Yeah. The club took a decision that they would, have some disciplinary thing. Whatever decision they took the club. I'm not the club. I'm not on any
committee or anything.
So I don't make decisions. He wasn't happy with the decision. He decided he wasn't going to pay the fine. Right? We got involved, whatever. Throughout that time, I guess the club had a stance where they're saying that, listen, if you don't pay the fine, you can't play for the club. So it drawn out for a little bit. Right?
Yes.
And he decided that probably would pay it and things. So there was a competition coming. I think it was a 2-day competition. So I came to training. Right? So I figured, more or less, I was running training. I figured everything was okay. Right? 1 week, it was 2 weeks leading up to the finals against Manchester for this year. We had a training, gave him some batting, and the way I ran it, not everybody was happy with it, but he got bat, didn't bat for long, based on how the training was run.
Yeah.
The week now that we have the finals, I gave him about 1 day, which was a Tuesday, right? Out of the week. Now, the reason I did that you have youngsters in the club who haven't played at the highest level. I don't think that I should give you back every day of every week. You're a senior man, you're big enough, you know your game, you're playing senior cup cricket. I don't think that you need to bat every day. Someone who is not at your level, the chance to bat, and you bat every day before training on the concrete.
Yes.
So I had it in my mind that he was going to play. So we sat down, I was writing up the team. Same time the manager came to me and said, why? The guy said he's not available. He's not mentally and physically available for weekends. I said, why? But I'm training the whole week. Said that I am fighting against him and not giving him any batting training. Seriously. I understand that. You don't one time. You bat once for the week and you get the week before that you bat a few times. And I am fighting against him because you don't bat. That doesn't make sense. That's okay. Fine. I went down there with the TV and I would play the thing. No. That went on and one and all that, and he went on and he said stuff that he wouldn't play back from Melbourne and all the rest of it. That was just talk. No, I think he went to the president or or the manager. Right? No, T20 thing came around. I don't know if he went. Remember, he went to the people and said that he's not mentally and physically ready, whatever.
Yes.
And the manager can't call his phone because they don't speak. He will not take the manager's call. So the manager decided, listen, I'm not going to call this guy again for me to be embarrassed. We have the training. No, I thought they solved everything. That week I gave him back. We didn't get a chance because we didn't know when the competition was. Everybody. He got back because I was running training and I thought that everything was okay. Because he came to training. Because before that he wasn't training. But he came to training and I tell him to bat up and he batted. Right?
Hello?
Right?
Yes.
He batted that day. Right? He batted. And so I thought that everything would be, okay for him for weekend. Now, I wasn't confirmed as a captain or Elliot as well. So on the day somebody called, I said, let's put together a team and things. So I was considering him and whatever. One thing I know for sure, if he's available for Melbourne, then there's no way I cannot put his name on it because he's one of the best players in Melbourne.
Yes.
Right? I thought he was available, so we write up a team and he was whatever. The Friday now, you know what I mean, the team was supposed to be written up properly. Now, when we sat down and we were supposed to write up the team, name came up and things, I said, well, nobody hear from him, so why should we put his name on it?
Okay.
And the manager cannot call him, because if the manager call him, then.
Did you at that point in trying to write up the team say, okay, let me give him my last call?
Yeah. What's that?
At that point, on the Friday, on the eve of the game, did you say, all right, let me give him a last call to see if he's available?
Who, me?
Yes. Or even the manager?
The manager cannot call his phone.
Because they don't talk, man.
Yes.
And
I have tried that before.
And you wouldn't call him either because you're not really exchanging words with him either, right?
My friends, that is not my job to call him.
It's the manager's job.
True.
So we're speaking with Nikita Miller here, and of course Nikita is talking about Carlton Baugh Jr. And so it's we're talking about the relationships within the Jamaican team and so forth. The fact that Marlon came out yesterday, yeah, and said that there are teams within the team, and Nikita is basically saying that that's not necessarily so. The team is unified, but Marlon is having a problem with him, Nikita, and also Marlon's cousin Carlton Baugh is also having a problem with you, Nikita. So therefore, on the weekend, what happened on the weekend?
On the weekend, you mean the cricket game?
Right.
The game in particular.
Oh, well, it turned up at Melbourne. I mean, I went there, pick up who I need to pick up, and I went to the match. I don't know if he came to the match. We went turned up at Melbourne. Them on him after the game. He didn't say anything to anybody. I think he asked somebody to ask the manager. So he wouldn't even call the manager. He asked somebody to call the manager if he's on the list.
So the relationship is so caustic that he wouldn't even approach a manager.
No. So the manager said to the player that no, his name is not on it. I haven't heard from him. So that's where it is. And we went to the game and we played and whatever, and that was that. No. I can't see how can I be fighting against her. At no point I can tell. I cannot write a team without the manager or the board's consent. I cannot say who should play from who don't. I can't say who made the 11.
Clearly, Nikita, there is some animosity between yourself and Carlton Baugh and yourself and Marlon Samuels. Is there any other member of the team that you can identify that you have problem with, or they would have problem with you, or they would have problem with each other?
I can tell you this. The only person that have a problem with anybody or people have a problem with is Marlon Samuel.
But why so though? Marlon seemed to be a nice guy from the outside.
Yes. Looks are deceiving, man. I can tell you, he's not very liked. You check Australia when he's there. You check when he listen to what he said about the West Indies team. You watch when he was in Bangladesh playing the BPL. You watch when he was in IPL. You just watch all of those situations, and that can tell you exactly the kind of individual he deal with.
Well, Damien was just talking about something that he saw online about this player who was saying that Marlon Samuel is
David Warner, the Australian, and
the opener.
Yeah, he was saying that he's not a very likable guy, and the fact is that's when Lassit Malinga bounced him. If you realize, none of the Australians even paid him any attention.
Oh, it's not by chance.
So they were saying that
because he was walking off the field almost by himself,
and
with Malinga walking.
The only one who attended to him, and Warner says, we were busy,
It's not by chance. It's not an accident. So I can tell you, there's nobody, right? I'm not saying that, you don't have differences in a team. But I think as a team, collectively, most of the guys get along with each other. When he is in the team, right, when he's around, he tries to create an atmosphere that is not healthy for a team. And that is what people have a problem with. When you go across the rope, you leave everything off the field. You don't go on the field and you're saying stuff. I've been on the field and I heard that, I am bowling and he's saying to the wicket keeper that he shouldn't cheer me on because I don't deserve that.
But let me ask you, I mean, know that you have the Jamaican trials, the training will come up for the 4 days and the 50.
Play French, play cricket. And he said, I played with Carlton Baugh before, batted with him. I've even batted with Marlon last year in the T20 when he made it 60-something or the 80-something against CCC. And I was there and I
Did you at any point go down the pitch and gave him a word of encouragement?
Yeah, I went. Of course, I had to speak. I spoke to him.
Okay.
Right? When I'm playing cricket, I try to be as professional as possible. Right? I've been on a cricket field and in finals that what we won against CCC in right? Mm-hmm. And I got a wicket.
Maybe he's
so
thirsty.
He's talking about a team within a team. It was him, not he was the one-man team. The training is going on. The coach is doing his fielding session, and I walk up to join the session, and he walks away. Out training. I walk in the net to bowl cricket ball, and individuals are walking out the net.
Oh.
Because the coach at the time, it was Gus Logie. I couldn't talk to them.
How is, I mean, clearly this must be visible. This is visible to everybody, I mean, including the current coach. You said Gus couldn't deal with it. How is this current coach dealing with it?
No, the thing is, they're not there now.
But so at no stage at all would you have a problem? I mean, did the coach?
Gus Logie tried it, right? And approached him, and he wouldn't have it, as I heard. Right? The coach did not approach me because I guess, I am not somebody who go around and make trouble. So I don't have a problem. I am very easy to get along with. I just play cricket. And that's what it is. Right? The coach tried it. I mean, Julia Bennett, I think, he deals with it differently. We try to rally around what he's doing and so on. I mean, there can be no truth to what he's saying. Team within a team. Yes, I have a hairstyle. There are a few others that have a hairstyle. And what? And with my car, we have some stuff that we make, some caps, and we put Crocs on it. What is wrong with that? Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? All of a sudden, that we're Crocs.
Yeah, what?
Crocs. He said that's what he said in the interview.
They're Crocs.
They call themselves the Crocs.
Okay. Tell us, do you have time? Can you speak with us about the T20 that just went on? Basically, what your thoughts?
We're going to take a break, though. Before you do that, we're going to take a break and come back. Thank you very much, Nikita Miller, the Jamaican West Indies spinner on Sports Grill. They just gave us a mouthful about his, non-existent in terms of relationship between Marlon Samuels and his cousin Carlton Baugh Jr. Enough of that. Let's look at a more maybe positive subject, but not so sweet at all. The Jamaican team, missing out on a place in the T20 final. Nikita Miller, you were a part of it. You were in the final, in the semi-finals. What went wrong in your estimation?
Well, first of all, I must say that I was a part of the reason why we lost that game. I think, all of us should just put our hands, bowling unit, that is. I mean, when you look at it in perspective, Chris was a big difference in the score that we got. You know what I mean? But all in all, we got to 180, and that should have been defended with the bowlers we had. The start we got up top, you know what I mean? The fast bowlers were bowled too short and too wide. We gave them too much width. Right? And as a unit overall, I don't think we bowled that well. And I am in that unit, so I have to hold up my hand and say, listen, it was my fault as well. So, you know what I mean? As a unit bowling, we've always carried the team, and the one time that the team really needed us to push through, we just didn't deliver. And it's kind of hard to take, very disappointing. I can't really say anything about the batting because they got 180, and 180 on a track like that probably was, as in the end it showed, was too little. But I think that we should have defended that with the bowlers we had.
After Jamaica batted and making 180 odd, was there a sense of joy? I said, well, you know, let's look forward to Trinidad now. I mean, this is soup. I mean, our batsmen, our bowlers kind of deal with this. Complacent. Was there any complacency on the part of the bowlers, you think?
Probably. You know what I mean? I think hindsight is a hell of a thing. But when you look at it, the game before that, against CCC, we didn't start as well as we should have.
Mm-hmm.
We in the end pulled it back as a unit, but the start at the first 6 overs we got away the CCC team, and the same thing happened against Guyana. The difference with Guyana is that we didn't pull it back. Right, we didn't get the opportunity, we didn't get the chance to pull it back. You know what I mean? And we spoke about it in the meeting. That listen, we can't afford to relax. We can't afford to give away the start that give the opponents the start that we gave CCC. And I mean, we said that, and it's exactly what happened.
Would you say that the rain that fell before the game and the wet ball had a part to play in the bowlers not doing as well as it should?
I wouldn't say that. I mean, one thing I wouldn't say that. We didn't bowl the right areas, and the batters didn't give us a chance to recover. They played really well. You have to give them that. Even though we gave them width early up, and you know, we bowled in the right areas for them to hit, I think that they really took advantage of our shortcomings, and credit must go to them as well, because chase down 183 on that, which with deliveries with an over to spare and 2 balls, then, you know what I mean, hats off to them. But we have to hold up our hands as a unit bowling wise and say that we didn't do enough with that match.
When you look at it now, I mean, you can analyze it now. I mean, and you say hindsight, it's clearly 2020. What would you have done differently? I mean, after getting 180 odd, what would you have done differently if you were, say the captain?
First of all, I mean, we spoke about it after, but I think that when first of all, I would tell the bowlers or opening bowlers that, listen, we're not playing, we're not giving them any width, we're going to be aggressive, and we're going to bowl straight, because these batsmen, their batsmen love width. So we're going to bowl straight and hard, and slip in a little bumper here and there. But if, for instance, it gets away, then at some point during the game, I would have to probably stop the game and gather everyone in. You know what I mean? I have no problem. I might take a fine, whatever, and gather everyone